Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am impatiently waiting to react to Peaky Blinders, Season 6, Episode 3. We left off in a very difficult situation for Tommy, Ruby's sickness. As we saw on the last episode, she's coughing blood, she's hallucinating, and I just know this episode is going to be very heartbreaking to watch. I don't know what is going to happen to Ruby. We don't know if Tommy will manage to save her. I really do hope he will be able to save her, but I honestly have a feeling that she will die. I just have this feeling by the look of the previous episodes, the incredibly dark tone we started in, and just the premonitions that seems to be going on and the warnings that Tommy gets, like he won't last long and his life is really in danger right now. Well, to be honest, Tommy's life has always been in danger since the starting of the series, but right now things are really in the worst place possible, worse than any other season, of course. We know from previous seasons that the Gray Man is the spirit of the first person Tommy killed in the war, the soldier that he fights with every time he loses consciousness. And of course, this memory comes back to haunt him. And now, seems like this memory and this gypsy curse that is very much real in the Peaky Blinder words are coming to take Ruby from Tommy, and I'm really worried about Tommy's mental state in this situation because his mental state is crumbling little by little, and I just have a feeling we will be confronted with very difficult scenes to come. So yeah, I will stop talking for now. Let's get into the episode. Lizzie really is the best girl and the best wife. I give her so much credit for the way she is handling Tommy, really. Of course, Tommy doesn't mean inside his body, but inside his soul and heart. And of course, nobody can see that deep, but poor him, man. I just wish for him to get at least a little bit peace of mind. Like if I could do something to help him, I'm just struggling and suffering, seeing him episode by episode getting worse mentally. So poor Tommy, but brilliant acting from Cillian. Okay, so that's why the episode is called that. This isn't starting well at all. There's nothing worse than being a parent and not be able to do anything to save your child. Because I know every good parent would sacrifice themselves in a second to save the child. I really do hope this suffering will shape Tommy into a better person, but I'm not sure. Mm, such a good line. You know, I was about to make a joke about now we know how Tommy will react in the pandemic situation from today. Well, leaving the jokes aside, very good line there. You know, he is definitely wearing a mask. Well, we see more of the Tommy we know and love in the recent episode, other than the portrayal of herself that he tried to do. This man that's now changing and he's not drinking and he's incredibly different from who he was. I really don't like this girl at all. She's trouble, I tell you. She's so ignorant, man. Okay, I get it. Hmm. We see more and more symbolism and more mentions of Tommy's imminent death, which worries me quite a lot, especially because they come from people that are close to Tommy. So yeah, I got my explanation for the vase thing. Ooh, I didn't see that coming. It's interesting. It would be entertaining to see the two of them just saying. Oh, okay. We'll see Esme again. That's very nice. I really like her character. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I miss her so much. The sister. Why does it sound like an insult? Oh, incredible observation of the suffering and the worry that he has for his daughter, which is very much real and justifies, blinds and stops his senses from being active and being the ominous Tommy that we know. She's really good, you know. I feel like people don't give her enough credit for who she is and for her strength. She's the most similar to Thomas between all the siblings. And she has so much power, of course. I feel like she doesn't use all her abilities and her strength, but she's brilliant. And I'm so glad that in the final season we can see more of that, her leading. And I feel, of course, she's trying to take, as she mentioned before, the role of Polly because the Peaky Boys don't have any more leading spirit and any more guidance since Paul is dead. And she's trying to be that, you know, that feminine force. And I also love her clothes so much. That outfit is amazing. It is feminine and masculine at the same time, very powerful. Ugh, so now calling her old too. I'm glad that we see scenes with them together. They are the two picky women left, and they have a lot in common, you know, and they need to be united if they are to help Tommy. That is really telling, you know. We never see Lizzie in such a state and telling these kind of things about Tommy because she's so loyal and so amazing. Truly, sometimes Tommy really doesn't deserve her, and now we see that Tommy's change is affecting Lizzie more than ever because she needs support from Tommy, and he, you know, he's trying his best in his own way because she needs somebody mentally strong and stable at her side. Well, I mean, that's a bit unfair of her because she knew Tommy was not a normal man, what we call a normal man. I understand her and I understand her feelings. She's right in a way, but as I said before, you know, Gypsy curses and Gypsy's power is very real in this series. You know, I miss Arthur a lot. I mean, he always had problem and his mental state was always problematic. But this season, we really haven't seen more of him. And as I said before, I have a soft spot for him. I truly believe that deep down he is a good guy. I really miss those scenes, you know. They are out of the spirit of the show. Arthur leading the gang and the gang confronting their enemies is really great to see it again and to have Arthur in the spotlight like that. She's provoking him, and it's not good. That is very true, actually. When you have a problem with your mental state and with your head and with your heart, at the end of the day, you only have yourself. Other people can help you in a way or in the other, but it's you who has to find the strength inside to get better. We are almost at the end of the episode, and I have the feeling that something big is going to come at the end because till now nothing really big happened. We see a lot of conversation and discussions, but all of that has to lead to something big, and I feel like all of this has been an interlude for what's to come next. Very telling. He finally asks for rescues, and in this moment where he's confronted with the consequences of his own action, and he's at the crosswalk, and he has to make a big decision and to do something big to be able to save Ruby. He's going back to his origins and who he really is, and finally he's using drinking again as a coping mechanism. I don't think that's a good moment for that. He is doing everything wrong here. Obviously, he's not thinking straight. He's having a crisis, and I understand it. His daughter's life is on the line. But he's in that position, and there are a lot of people like that who think that money can buy off everything, and if you just pay the right amount, everything will be fine. But I mean, right in this moment, it is clear that this is not fitting at all, and it isn't going to help at all. At least that's what I'm thinking. So okay, we are going to gold. Actually, that was great financial advice. When there are big debt crises, everybody seems to run to gold. Even in these days, you can see that the price of gold is rising. But let's not talk about that. It has nothing to do with the show. I hate it so much. I hate how they gave me hope for a second. They give us hope. We thought like Esme is going to help him and that Ruby has a chance. And then you're suddenly hit with this scene with Lizzie, and it's heartbreaking to see. I did expect it in the beginning. The mention of gold actually made me believe for a second that the treatment that they gave Ruby will work, but obviously it seems like not the case. And unfortunately, Ruby is gone now.